This is how to create, attach, and submit your addendum or amendment to an existing contract record. First, you will need to find and open your existing contract record. From the Contract Change section, select Add. A pop-up screen will appear. You will need to fill in the appropriate fields. Contract amendment field name. This could be something such as amendment number 1, amendment number 2. You'll want to make sure you know your current contract value. Amount of amendment. This is if you're going to change the amount to the vendor. It also can be 0 if you're not changing the money amount. Make sure to answer all the required fields. Expiration date change. Yes or no. Amendment term occurrence. You'll change this if your expiration date is changing. So if you added a year, you'll want to select now maybe it's 2 years instead of 1 year. Enter the new expiration date. You're going to want to enter a brief description of your amendment. Why are you processing a change? Just a brief summary. Not extensive detail here, just really, maybe you're extending the date, maybe you're adding a new scope of work, maybe you're just adjusting the timeline. Again, it doesn't need to be line by line, detail by detail, but just a brief description. You'll want to also answer whether or not the renewal terms are included in this amendment. Maybe your original was not, didn't have renewal terms, but maybe the amendment does. Make sure you're answering that. Legal term change, this is very important. Are there any changes to the legal terms, the clauses, such as indemnification, warranties, and such? You need to answer whether or not you are changing the scope of work, yes or no. Once that is done, select Save and Continue, and it will take you back to your original contract record. Next, you're going to want to attach all the documents for your amendment. So you'll go to the middle of the screen where you can actually drag and drop. You'll see your amendment there. If you need to add a new scope of work, you can do that here. Here's the middle section where you can drag and drop your files, add your documents. Remember, you can browse from your drive, or you can do the whole drag and drop. Select the file name. And you'll see here that it's been added. Say OK, screen will refresh, and there it is. Next, we're going to want to look at how we keep track of all the different documents. It's suggested that you add a folder underneath the root folder for amendments. You'll select the plus to add a folder. You'll name your folder. And then select Create Folder, and you will see the folder appear under the root. Now, there's some different ways that we can get your document into the folder. Once you've created your folder, you can actually drag and drop directly to the folder. So you select your folder in the tree on the left. You'll browse for your file or do the drag and drop, and it will actually put the document into that folder. Say OK. And you'll see now you have your amendment right in your folder. So let's go back to the root folder. The other option that you can do is you can drag and drop from root to the folder that you need. So you created the folder, you highlight the document, and you drag and drop. You'll see amendment highlights, and that's your destination folder. Make sure that your display setting is at 100% or the drop and drag feature may not work appropriately. At this point, there is nothing else further that you need to do and your contract amendment will be submitted.